Hey, what's up, guys? It's Dennis, and I'm here with another one of my little helpful videos for you men who are dealing with stress in your lives. Let's see, let's take our timer here and flip that baby so we don't overshoot the half-hour mark. Whoa! Don't break the hourglass. All right. So I'm going to keep it real simple here. I'm not feeling especially talky, but I am feeling like sharing something with you that I think will give you a little boost. Um, Today has been one of those days, man. It's been Freaky Friday. I feel like every client that I've spoken with today has kind of shared with me that they have, secretly been carrying a lot of stress. I say secretly because that's what we do as guys. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Why do we do that? Partially because we don't want to admit to other people that we're having trouble. It's the old never let them see you sweat. And partially because we don't want to admit to ourselves that we're having trouble. There's a word for that, denial. Um, and you ask yourself, is it denial or is it just sort of positive thinking? Well, where's that line, right? You say, I don't want to accentuate the negative. I want to accentuate the positive. Okay. So that's how this is fine happens. I can handle this. I can handle this. I can handle this. This is fine. I can handle this. This is fine. And the next thing you know, you realize, wow, actually, this isn't fine. I've got a lot on my plate. I'm bottlenecking. I'm drinking from a fire hose. I really actually don't know how any of this crap is going to get done. I'm feeling tired and I just want to go crawl in a hole. I want to pull the covers over my head. I want to have a drink, smoke a bowl, go lose myself in some mindless activity, whether it's porn or um, adult cartoons or social media or whatever the case may be. So, um, how do you get out of that? All right. Step one, if you've been with me for any period of time, you know by now that I stress the importance of validation. Validation, self-validation is one of the bigger pieces of the puzzle. As weird as it sounds, when you're feeling stressed out, first of all, how do you know you're stressed out? Check in with yourself. Just sit still. Are you having a hard time sitting still? There might be a reason for that. You might be afraid to sit still because if you sit still for long enough, all of your racing thoughts will start to come to the surface. I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out because of A. I'm stressed out because of B. I'm stressed out because of C. I'm stressed out because of D. I had a client telling me, one, I'm worried about selling this business that I have, and the guy is right there, but I don't know if he's going to buy it or not. And I feel like if I send an email or communicate to him, trying to poke him, I might, pull the hook right out of his mouth and lose the opportunity. But at the same time, I don't want to just kind of leave it and, twiddle my thumbs waiting for him to make a move. I'm concerned about this other job that I have where I'm, fabricating things for people and I'm not 100% sure if it's going to work out. I'm having trouble with the dimensions. I'm having trouble with the files, blah, 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 blah. Then I have this other thing that's stressing me out. And the next thing you know, all of these things start to feel like they're too heavy. So I sat with the guy in session and I said, "All right, let's just look at your problems." And we systematically went through each problem one by one. And we handled it just like playing a game of chess. Okay, in the situation regarding selling the business, the guy's either going to buy it or he isn't. If we want to get the guy to buy the business, well, you have to sell the business. Sell the business means you have to sell. How do you sell? Well, You have to, number one, you get the guy's attention. Number two, you get his interest. Number three, you turn that interest into desire. And number four, you convert that desire to acquisition. How do you get his attention? Hey, see my thing that I'm trying to sell? All right, now you got his attention. Interest. Oh, look, a booby. Or I don't know, whatever it takes to get your guy interested, right? A nipple. Once you've got his interest, how do you turn that into desire? Two boobies? Two nipples? Whatever it takes. It depends on the product. But you have to turn it into desire. In this case, hey, this is this thing that's going to make your life better in some way. And the thing is, you don't have to lie. I mean, it really truly is a thing that the business that he's trying to sell, the guy would be wise to buy it. But he needs to know that it's this great thing that's going to make him money and he's going to live happily ever after. And most importantly, you have to get him over the fear of taking the risk, which is where we come to acquisition. The way to convert desire to acquisition in sales is to anticipate any obstacles that the guy might run into. These are self-created obstacles, excuses. Oh, I can't do it because A, B, C, D, E. So you have to anticipate those and you have to say, like when I used to sell fine art. Say, oh, do you love it? Yeah, I really love it. I can tell you love it. Boy, do you love it. It's like it was made for you. Yeah, it really is. Okay, well, now that you desire it, the good news is you don't have to carry it home with you. I can ship it. Oh, nervous about shipping. Don't be nervous about shipping. It's insured. I'm personally responsible for making sure that it gets to your front door and that it shows up unharmed. If there's any problem, you just reach out to me and I will solve the problem. Confidence, right? And I'm going to give you a break on the shipping cost. The only thing left for you to do is give yourself permission to buy this thing that you obviously want and it's going to benefit you. Guy says, all right, man, let's do it. So systematically, we talked about selling the business. I said, so what you need to do is you need to sell the business. Don't just leave it there on the table. Sell it. Go make dude an offer he can't refuse. And either he's going to shit or get off the pot. These are two men doing business. You want the thing or you don't. You want it. Oh, you want it. The second thing, I'm having trouble with these files and this and this and that. Okay, well then go to your customer and tell them that you need a different kind of file. Educate them. Tell them what you need. Put the work on them. Make them do it. Don't sit there stressing out. Boom, balls in your court. Off my table. And the moral of the story is we systematically went through all of these points. And once he saw all of his problems, rather than as this sort of stressful jumble, when he laid them out, faced them, and identified them, and had a clear-headed buddy coach guy helping him to see how relatively simple it was to strategize a way through these talking points, just like solving a chess tactics problem. I said at the end of it, how do you feel? He said, good. Now keep in mind, this works when you're dealing with men. This does not work when you're dealing with women. Women are never asking for solutions. I mean, they'll literally ask for a solution and then you offer one and they'll say, stop trying to solve my problems. I just need you to understand and listen. So women, different animal. That's not going to work with them. Please do not try this strategy with women. It will fail. But guys dealing with guys are looking for solutions. Guys don't want to stress out. They're stressing out because they have problems. If you can help guys to discover solutions, which means to create solutions, then you've got it made. How do you create solutions? Well, you have to be in a creative mindset. What gets you in a creative mindset? Well, you have to get out of a survival mindset. If you're sitting there going, I got all this stress. That's a survival mindset. That's not a creative mindset. So the first thing you do is you ground yourself. All right. This is the time that I have set aside to ground myself. So I'm going to spend 30 minutes to an hour thinking about none of this bullshit. And if you're one of my guys, then you do kinesthetic meditations. Kinesthetic meditations means you sit down with a piece of paper and a pencil, or pen rather, and do dots on a page for 30 minutes while listening to some ambient sounds. Or if that doesn't work for you, you can make circles or triangles or squiggly lines. Basically, doodle. It sounds funny, but it's it's a legitimate way to sort of decompress and still be sort of doing something, so you don't feel like you're just sitting there like, am I done meditating? But commit to about a half hour to an hour of doing something mindless, absolutely pointless. What's going to happen is all of those things that you're worried about are going to try to occupy your conscious, and you're going to tell them, hey, you know what? Not now. Now's not a good time for that. I'm not dealing with that right now. Instead, I'm just going to say positive, validating things to myself. I'm going to be this guy. Strong, strong, strong. Man, man, man. You are strong. You're a boss. You got this. You are unstoppable. You're a beast. You're well hydrated. Highly freaking 64-gallon jug for the win. We seem to have lost our... Sorry, I'm so fuzzy. Hold on, let's fix that. There we go. So, ground yourself. Spend a half hour to an hour doing something absolutely mindless. Whether it's doodling, which I think is brilliant. There's a paper and a pen. Everybody has access to paper and a pen. You can be in jail, you still have access to paper and a pen. Paper and a pen, and just freaking make circles on a page, or dots on a page, or straight lines on a page, or whatever. You don't have to be able to draw. You're not making art. You're just doing something mindless for the better part of 30 minutes to an hour. During that time, when the circus comes to town, they're not your demons. Don't get all freaking, emo about it. It's just, you've got stuff on your mind. It's trying to unpack. And you're saying, we're not going to deal with that right now. Right now, we're going to validate. So, you're strong. You're a boss. You are money. You are the man. You are growing. You have a short memory for failures. You learn from your mistakes. You're such a fucking big dog, bro. You are the man. There's nothing that you can't do. There's nothing that you can't get through. There's nothing you can't accomplish. You are such a stud. You got this. The heavier the weight, the stronger you get. You're such a beast. You are the motherfucker, bro. And after a half hour to an hour of waterboarding your subconscious with positive messages, then maybe take some notes and list out, all right, what are the things that are top of mind for me right now? Look at them. Write them out and look at them. All right. Number one, I'm stressed out about, like, it's tax time. Okay, write it down. Taxes. Ooga booga. I'm scared when I see that. Don't be scared. Just write it out. Face it. Remember, you're a beast. You're a monster. You're a boss. Conversation with girlfriend about XYZ. Whatever your things are, write them out. Write them out on a page. Look at them. After that, come up with a strategy. Okay. In each situation, what's a best case and a worst case scenario? Okay. Look at the worst case scenario and say, Will I survive this if it happens? Yes, I will. Is it optimal? No. So here's my best case. Here's my worst case. Now, what can I do to really lean into this proactively and attempt to get the best outcome possible? Well, I could do step one, step two, step three, step four. Cool story. Write that out. For each stress thing, write out how you could potentially handle it. All right, now you have a plan. Now get out your calendar, open up your, Google Calendar or Outlook or whatever you use for a calendar, and commit these actionables to, make executable events on your calendar. So if step one is buy the wood, step two is buy the tools, step three is buy a piece of property, and step four is build a house. All right, well, it starts with tomorrow is Tuesday and I don't have anything going on until noon. So at 10 a.m., I'm going to go buy the tools. Oh, well, I don't know if I really want to buy the tools. Well, if you don't know if you want to buy the tools, then why the hell are we bothering having this conversation? Once you have an executable plan, commit, take the risk. If you fail, at least you freaking tried, Holmes. Right? So, again, ground, validate, sit down, list out the things that are stressing you out. If they're things that you can address, come up with a plan for how to address them. Take all of your actionable plans, put them on your calendar, set notifications, and then go lie on a couch and watch some TV or read a book or whatever. Because now it's handled. Now all you have to do is when the notification comes up, execute. And in the interim, keep validating. Don't sit there ruminating and basically telling yourself that it's going to fail, or worrying, which is saying, visualizing failure scenarios, because what you visualize is what manifests. So visualize positive outcomes when you think of it. But better yet, you've already, dude, let go. The boomerang can't come back if you don't let go of it. So you send it out there. It's on the calendar. Let go. Like I said, read a book, right? Hit, drop and do 100 push-ups, right? Do some, I was going to say do some burpees, but burpees are kind of bad for your knees. Do some push-ups, do some body weight squats, right? Do some planks or something. Go for a walk. Go hit the gym if you're that sort of person. Drink some water. Don't comfort eat. Come on. You know this stuff. But most of all, 30 minutes to an hour of what we can call meditation, but what I'm saying is just sit down and shut up and maybe doodle or something to remind you we're doing this for the next 30 minutes. Write out the stresses, write out a plan for addressing them, put those on the calendar, and then hang out. And when they come up, execute. And if you need help or somebody to just bounce your ideas off of and say, hey, this is this plan that I wrote out. Does this make sense to you? Find a mentor. If you have a mentor, great. If you don't, get one. All right. That's my little message for the day. See you on the next one. Take care.